Welcome, folks, once again to another episode of the WrestleCord News Break. I'm your host, Ryan. It's May 18th, 2026, and let's get into some of the headlines in the world of pro wrestling and MMA. Retired wrestler and flat earther AJ Styles, who went directly to the main roster when signing with WWE in 2016, thinks it's imperative that wrestlers signing with WWE don't go directly to the main roster. AJ Styles was on his podcast recently. Yeah, apparently he's got one of those, folks. And it is available all around the globe. I'm sorry, I mean across a flat plane we all currently reside. When not peddling bizarre conspiracy theories like an evangelical fundamentalist, AJ Styles took time to address Noriku, formerly Evil of New Japan Pro Wrestling fame, going to NXT before the main roster. Styles would say Shinsuke Nakamura was also on NXT. I'm just throwing that out there. Listen, I think there are certain things that we all need to learn in NXT that will prepare us for the main roster. Even I had to learn quick. Holy crap, they don't do this. They do this. It was a learning process, and I had to learn quick because I was on there. I couldn't afford to screw up or mess up or whatever it is you want to call it. I wanted to stay on the main roster, and I had to impress the guy in charge. AJ would also ramble on saying, "So, we don't want anybody to go up to the main roster and have to learn like that. I don't think that's a good idea. It's better to go. It's just a smooth transition." Further stumbling over his words, he would say about the production, because you don't do that in Japan. There's no producers in Japan. Because it doesn't matter where the cameras are, they just shoot. They don't know. At least when I was there. They didn't know that it was entertainment. It was a sport. So the camera guys are not involved in the booking meetings. Whatever. The meetings in general. We need to know where all this stuff is. It's important. At least I had TNA. Before I had New Japan, I was in TNA. I knew where the cameras were, and I knew to play to the cameras. But still, there's certain things that we want to have in place before you go to the main roster. What a riveting podcast. Despite positive sales for AEW's next pay-per-view offering, Double or Nothing, tickets for this week's Wednesday night show in Portland, Maine have been selling well below year-to-date average, according to WrestleTech's reports. So far, 2,273 tickets have sold, with the average being 3,264. This will be another 3-hour special with 2 hours of Dynamite followed by 1 hour of Collision, and will be headlined by another Darby Allin world title defense, this time against Speedball Mike Bailey. Will Speedball be able to wrestle the gold away from Darby? No, not a chance. But it still should be an exciting encounter. Also scheduled for the night, FTR versus Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong for the World Tag Team titles. Another 5-minute women's tag title eliminator with the Divine Dominion. Mark Briscoe takes on Tommaso Ciampa in an anything goes no DQ match. I thought all anything goes matches were no DQ. I don't know. Jon Moxley takes on Kyle O'Reilly in a Continental title eliminator. You can go to AEWTIX.com to find tickets for this event at the Cross Insurance Arena. Pro Wrestling Revolver in Nashville, Tennessee will see the return of Jon Moxley at the Troubadour on Friday, July 24th. The current AEW Continental Champion will be in action with the event dubbed the Silence of the Slam. It's unclear at this time who the Death Rider's opponent will be. WWE and Netflix present Raw tonight from Greensboro, North Carolina. Things didn't go as planned for Roman Reigns last week during his Acknowledge Me ceremony. Fatu declared that Roman would have to beat the acknowledgement out of him, but it was Reigns who was left beaten in the remnants of the commentary table. According to Raw GM Adam Pearce, Roman Reigns will be live tonight in Greensboro. Also on the card, we have another Obafemi Open Challenge. No one stood up to the plate last week, and the Roller had to force the issue. Let's see if things go a little differently this time around. In women's tag team title action, the champions Brie Bella and Paige defend the titles against the Judgment Day's Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. The champions took quite a beating last week from the Judgment Day and are definitely looking for some revenge. We should also see appearances from Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch, the Street Profits, and The Vision. Plus, the Grand Americanos will be in 6-man tornado tag action. Raw is live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Netscape. Whoops. I mean Netflix, folks. And with that, we come to the end of today's WrestleCord News Break. I'm Ryan, signing off, hoping to see you all again tomorrow.